Chapter 1 The Cyclone. Dorothy lived in the state of Kansas with her uncle Henry and her aunt Em. They all lived in a little wooden house in the middle of the great Kansas prairie. The land was very flat and there were no trees or other houses nearby. Uncle Henry was a farmer and he had built the wooden house himself many years before. The house only had one room. There was a little hole under the house that was called the cyclone cellar. The family hid in the cellar when the strong winds of a cyclone blew across the prairie. The herd had a little black dog called Toto. Dorothy played with Toto all day long. Today the family heard the sound of a strong wind. It was coming from the south. It whistled and roared. There is a cyclone coming, Uncle Henry called to his wife. Get into the cyclone cellar. You get into, Dorothy. I look after the cows and horses. Quick, Dorothy, get inside. Aunt Em climbed down through the trapdoor into the little hole. Then a strange thing happened. The family's house began to move with Dorothy and her dog inside. It turned around and went up and up. It was in the center of the cyclone. The winds pushed the house higher and higher, like a bayou. The little house was carried over the prairie for miles and miles. Many hours went by. At last Dorothy lay down on her bed with Toto beside her. The herd closed her eyes and she was soon fast asleep. Hours later Dorothy was woken up by a hard bump. The house has stopped turning and bright sunshine filled the room with light. Chapter 2 In the Land of the Munchkins. Dorothy jumped down from her bed and ran to the door. When she opened it, she gave a cry of surprise. The house was in a beautiful country that was covered with green grass and tall trees. There were flowers of every color in the grass and the trees were full of delicious fruit. Birds sang and there was a little stream of clear water. Where am I? And how did I get here? Sighed Dorothy. At that moment, Dorothy saw some people coming toward her. The people were small, but they were not children. The three men had beards and the woman's hair was white. The men were all dressed in blue, but the little woman was dressed in white. Welcome to the land of the Munchkins, the woman said. Thank you for killing the wicked witch of the East. You had made a mistake, Dorothy replied. I am a hero, not a witch. I have not killed anyone. Well, then your house killed her. It fell on top of her, sighed the woman with a laugh. Look, you can see the legs of the wicked witch sticking out from under the house. You can see her silver shoes. I am the good witch of the north. I am the Munchkin's friend. And now yours too, the little woman sighed. There were 4 witches in the land of Oz. 2 were good and 2 were bad. But now, thanks to you, there is only one wicked witch, the wicked witch of the West. There is a wizard too. He is the great wizard of Oz, and he lives in the Esmeralda City. I am here, and I live in Kansas with my aunt and uncle, Dorothy replied. I was carried here by the cyclone and now I want to get back to Kansas. Can you help me? The good witch shook her head. There is desert all around the land of Oz, she sighed. No one can cross it. You will have to stay with us, my dear. Dorothy began to cry. You must go to the Emerald City, she sighed after a while. The great wizard of Oz lives there. Ask him to help you. How do I get to the Emerald City? Is it a long way? Will you come with me? Dorothy asked. You must follow the yellow brick road. The good witch replied, "It is a long way, but my kiss will protect you. Go to the great wizard, you will be safe now." She sighed. One of the munchkins said to Dorothy, "Take her silver shoes, my dear. They may help you on your journey. Goodbye." Dorothy and Toto were all alone in the lands of Oz. Chapter 3. Dorothy meets the Scarecrow. Dorothy looked down at her shoes. They were old and dirty. Then she looked at the wicked witch's silver shoes. "I will wear them if they will fit me," she sighed to herself. And she put them on. Toto barked loudly and wagged his tail. "Come along, Toto," Dorothy sighed. "We will go to the Emerald City and see the Wizard of Oz. This is a beautiful country, but I must get back home to Kansas." The brave hare picked up her basket and shut the door of the house behind her. Then they started on their journey. Soon they found the yellow brick road and walked along in it happily. In the evening, Dorothy came to a house that belonged to a very rich munchkin. "I have a room where you can sleep," said the short man. Everything in the house were blue color, room, bed, walls. The next day the hare asked the munchkins a question. "How far away is the Emerald City where the Wizard of Oz lives?" she asked. "I want to see him." "The wizard never see anyone," the munchkin replied, "and many people are frightened of him. It is a long way to the Emerald City, and the journey will be dangerous. But I want to get home to Kansas, and the great wizard is the only one who can help me," Dorothy sighed bravely. "So I must go to the Emerald City. Goodbye, thank you." And Dorothy and Toto started on their journey again. After they had walked several miles along the yellow brick road, Dorothy sat down to rest. In the middle of this field was a scarecrow. It was fixed onto a pole. The scarecrow's head was made from a sack which was stuffed with straw. He had two painted blue eyes, a nose, and a mouth. "We have a scarecrow in Kansas too," she sighed. "That's right," the scarecrow sighed. Dorothy looked at the scarecrow in surprise. "But our scarecrow in Kansas don't talk," she sighed. "I don't talk much," the scarecrow replied. "I am standing here because I can't get down. The crows are not scared of me. They have brains and I don't." "Oh dear," Dorothy sighed keenly. "Fair fast, I can help you." She stood up and lifted the scarecrow down from the pole. He was dressed like a munchkin in blue clothes. "My name is Dorothy. I am going to Emerald City to see the great Wizard of Oz. I want to go home to Kansas." "The Emerald City, the Wizard of Oz, Kansas? I don't know anything about these things because I have no brains." The scarecrow sighed sadly. "My head is stuffed with straw." "Do you think that Oz will give me some brains?" asked the scarecrow. "I don't know," Dorothy replied. "Why don't you come with me and ask him?" "Thank you," the scarecrow sighed. "That is a good idea." As they began to walk, they walked all day. In the evening they came to a great forest. It was dark under the trees, but the yellow brick road went on into the darkness. "I can see a little house under the trees," sighed the scarecrow. "Yes, please," Dorothy sighed. She went inside the little house and fell asleep at once. Toto was soon asleep too. The Scarecrow, who never got tired to stood by the door all night.